I had to do my math. 12 times 150. So there's a person lifeboat for every passenger.
Maybe I am.
And that's how you know how many passengers are on board, by counting the lifeboats. That's a 1912 requirement after the tragedy of the Titanic. So she may look large, but she may not have as many passengers as you expect. Next up, Circular Quay.
That would be quite disappointing.
McBoatface. Young Renee, marry me. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's using chemtrails. It's actually a plot by the government to poison us in a way that makes us not suspect that they are.
You're gonna post this to YouTube today?
Yeah. Exactly. Whatever it's writing, I think it's going to disappear before it's going to be over. Oh yes, marriage proposal. I wouldn't know what the name is, but it's gonna take 10 minutes.
Sets up her own plane. No.
Looks like a few arguments are going to be happening very soon because some women are going to look up and go, yes, and he's not even asking the question. Or some men are going to go, yes, and she's not asking the question. And maybe the person who is asking the question is going to hear no. Oh, it's too windy, it's gone. It won't be marrying me very much longer. It'll be me. Yes. Okay, so welcome aboard. We are on Rocket Megan. We are heading around the harbour. Our first stop is going to be Fort Denison. Can I just remind everybody, if you're in the cabin, that Inside Voices work in the cabin. If you'd like to have a loud conversation, just pop outside. Take your phone outside as well. Voices carry inside, and you will find that people think I have an accent. Toilet doors, they are open inwards. Please be aware of that. And we do have life jackets and Carly floats on board.
It's now Marry Me.
Yep.
We are leaving Circular Quay, and Circular Quay is not circular. Circular Quay is also known as Sydney Cove after Lord Sydney, and he was the man that sent the convicts here all those years ago. Captain Phillip came in, planted a flag and declared this to be a British colony. That was on the 26th of January 1788. But in saying that, we do acknowledge the indigenous have been in this land for over 40,000 years. The flags are at half-mast. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's Max Walker's funeral. He was the cricketer who died last week, but the flags are at half-mast, so it has to be a politician or somebody who had a OBE or somebody important like that to get the state funeral, and the flag's at half-mast. The flag closest to us is the Australian flag. The other flag is the state flag of New South Wales. We'll cruise past the Opera House. It opened in 1973. 14 years of construction and cost $102 million. Our first stop will be Fort Denison. Opera House opened in 1973, and as we go past, we're looking for a big fat black slug. Alright, it's a New Zealand species, it is a seal, it's Australian, it spends most of its time doing nothing. And just on the steps of the Opera House as we cruise past, we do have the seal. The Sydney Opera House opened in 1973 after 14 years of construction. Cost $102 million, which was $95 million over budget, and was designed by the Danish architect Johan Utzon. It is our most visited, our most famous, our most controversial building. If it's not here, it's normally foraging for food called little penguins. Doesn't look like she's here at the moment, but if you do come here, that's where she's been sleeping, on the steps. The Sydney Opera House sits on the World Heritage List. $102 million and 14 years made it a controversial construction. The gardens are our Royal Botanic Gardens, allocated to us in 1816 by Lachlan Macquarie. Make your way around the seawall. Marry me, TT. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Marry Met. Marry Mott. Our first stop is going to be Fort Denison. Anyone for Fort Denison, this will be your stop. For Fort Denison, For those going to the fort, this is your stop, Fort Denison. Booked to stop the Russians coming. I guess it worked. They never turned up. It is a museum and a restaurant.